Vernon L. Smith. Vernon Lomax Smith is an American economist and professor of business economics and law at Chapman University. 2020, Vernon Smith and Daniel Kahneman were awarded the Nobel Prize in Economics. Smith received his prize for having established laboratory experiments as a tool in empirical analysis, especially in the study of alternative market mechanism. The dominant view among economists as recently as the 1970s was that economists, unlike chemists or biologists, would never be able to perform controlled experiments. Smith's work on experimental economics, which began in the mid-1950s, challenged that view. Today, experimental economics is widespread and has been used to study electricity pricing, to allocate airplane landing slots, and to design auctions of operating license for pieces of the electromagnetic spectrum. In 1955, Smith found it a challenge to present basic microeconomic theory to undergraduate, so is next to make the theory more accessible. He ran a market experiment on the first day of class using rules that are laid out in the experimental economics entry. Smith himself was skeptic about how quickly such an artificially market would reach equilibrium. Was stunned by the results. These results convinced him that free market work. From 1956 to 1960, he published his article on experimental economics. In a market experiment, the experimenter must somehow control for the subject preferences. Of course, the subject wants to make more money, but how much utility does each person get from an increase his or her wealth? In 1976, Smith solved this problem with the induced value method, which has become a standard tool of economics. Also, Smith found that English and sealed aid second prize auction produced similar experimental outcomes. In his Nobel lecture, Smith laid out a number of examples of private enforcement of rules that seem to have worked well. Smith pointed out that this example that a central function of government is to solve the free rider problem in the private provisions of public good. Thank you.